Good morning. This is Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
How you doing, Brent?
I'm good, Dave. How are you?
Good. How's everybody else out there doing? Good.
I think good for the most part.
Shall we have a cup of...
well, let's do.
Let's have a little sip here in
good
honor
way to
of
start the day.
Our listeners out there. This is to you. Oddly enough, it's National Coffee Day today.
Is it now?
Yes.
Well, that is something I can celebrate.
Yeah, I mean...
So when did you get into drinking coffee?
I didn't start drinking coffee till I was in my 20s because I just never did. Didn't think it was that tasty when when you're a kid. Mm-hmm. Coffee doesn't always taste that good. But I was working out at my dad's business out on where Mount Custer Truck is out there when my wife and I were married. I think Paul was on his way. So this had been a number of years ago. And they would stop at 10 in the morning and have a coffee break. We were putting bulk bins together. Mm-hmm. And then you'd take a break and everybody go in and have a cup of coffee. Well, they didn't have anything else, so I started drinking coffee at 10. And then sometimes they'd stop in the afternoon, not always, and have a coffee break. And I realized after a month or two that around 9:30, I started wanting a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I got into the habit of that cup around 10 or whenever we usually broke. So that's when I started. It was just a matter of, it was the only thing I could have sat down and had a glass of water, I guess, but everybody else was having coffee. And next thing you know, drinking coffee with them. That's kind of the way it works. How about you?
I'm trying to think. Probably college.
Oh, really?
A little bit.
Stay awake so you could study?
Yeah, probably part of it. Mm-hmm. And then I'll be honest, I think when I started working mornings here, mm-hmm. because the coffee pot was always on, yep. and everybody else was drinking coffee, so I'm like, I'll have a cup of coffee, and next thing you know, I have to have my coffee in the morning.
Yeah, peer pressure got us where we're at. Well, National Coffee Day, now that you have an excuse for that fifth cup, it's okay today because it is National Coffee Day, celebrating the drink that was discovered in the 8th century in Arabia. It's an Arabian drink.
Okay.
Keeps us wired all dang day, which I really don't believe it does. I think if you have one, like some people just have one cup with their breakfast in the morning, and they miss it if they don't have it, but they don't have a bunch. Now, around here, I got a big cup, so 2 cups is like half a pot. You used to drink more, actually.
Yeah.
But here's some coffee facts for you, since this is National Coffee Day. The most expensive coffee comes out of a cat's rear end.
Okay.
The Asian palm civet eats the coffee berries and then poops out the beans. They're less acidic, making for a smoother cup of coffee. A can of that coffee costs about $600.
Wow.
Yeah. Brazil grows the most coffee on the planet. Vietnam is second. Mm. And they say you can actually overdose on coffee, but you need to chug about 30 cups of it in under an hour for it to be toxic or deadly. 30 cups.
Wouldn't recommend that.
No, but who would want to drink 30 cups in an hour? My goodness, you just have to drink it out of a gallon jug. Who would want to do that? Who would want to eat a well, not eat, but drink coffee that was made out of a cat's rear end.
I was just going to say that's the fact that you shared that. I'll be honest with you, it's kind of making me hard to drink my cup of coffee now.
Here, let me just reassure you. I got the cup up to my...
Yes.
Meow. That must not be the kitty kind.
What did you say that costs, though?
$600 a can.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's processed by a very special cat.
Yeah, well.
They eat the coffee berries, and then out comes the beans. And
somebody apparently has to pick those up.
Grind them up and make coffee grounds out of them. Sorry. I can't believe it. Anyway, that's the facts we have here for you this morning from
Thanks, Dave.
CBS. It's also a very important day, VFW Day, honoring the men and women who have served the country in any foreign war, insurrection, or otherwise. From the Spanish-American War to the global war on terror, VFW Day is a very important day. National Women's Health and Fitness Day. The last Wednesday in September is the day set aside to promote health and fitness for women of all ages. And a very important one as well, World Heart Day. Today is World Heart Day, promoting global awareness of cardiovascular diseases. So those are some of the hot points, hot buttons, hot days that are set aside. And, of course, I'll let you think about the very expensive brand of coffee.
Thanks.
Glad we could bring that to you this morning, folks.
Yeah. Hope that makes your coffee taste better this morning.
I never thought of it. Oh, Litchfield today, they're having for breakfast French toast. For lunch, they're having fried chicken at Litchfield today.
All right. Loop City today, turkey or Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, corn, and bread at Loop City.
I'm sorry. I can't believe what people do to... Callaway, today they're having tacos.
Arnold today, corn dogs.
You know, like, it's time to brew up some more coffee, and you go, here, kitty, 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 kitty. Arcadia today, spaghetti. It's like a walking coffee dispenser. It's your turn.
Who's next? Me? Okay. I've lost my train of thought. Ansley today, waffles and chicken at Ansley today.
Anselmo Myrna, it's creamy macaroni and cheese with dinner roll, oven-roasted hot dogs, fresh-baked turkey and cheese sub, vegetables, fruit, and milk.
At Thetford today, breaded chicken strips on the lunch menu.
Sumner, Eddyville Miller, chicken noodle soup.
All right. And Broken Bow today, middle and high school, featuring oven-roasted hot dog, fresh-baked combo sub, or a chef salad with roasted flatbread. Those are your choices at Broken Bow Middle and High School.
Sandhills School at Dunning today, it's Runza, nacho chips, and cheese sauce. All right, can't believe it. September's almost gone. Oh, by the way, birthdays. Let me find my sheet on that. We have an anniversary today to celebrate as well. It's Rick and Kim Biesler's anniversary today.
Wonderful. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to Rick and Kim over in Arnold, Nebraska, out on the South Loop River. And let's see, birthdays. Here we go. I like this one. This is a birthday wish that goes out to Martha Golden and Margaret Shepard. They're both celebrating birthdays today because they're twins.
Nice.
Martha Shepard Golden and Margaret Shepard are celebrating their birthdays today. And know both of those ladies very well. Happy birthday to you. And you are celebrating birthdays today with, let's look here. Kevin Durant.
Oh, KD.
Yep. Played just one season of college basketball before he was scooped up by Seattle. So he's been very successful. And then Jerry Lee Lewis is celebrating a birthday today. He's 86 today. Musician with hits like Great Balls of Fire, known as The Killer, and known to be one of the most influential all-time pianists with rock and roll music, and also for marrying his 13-year-old cousin.
Oh, well, okay.
He was able to accomplish that early on as well.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
You want to play the game?
Sure, let's do. We're asking questions about Chevys because this very day, back in 1966, the Camaro was introduced by Chevrolet.
Ooh.
This classic American brand is still one of the world's leading makers of cars and trucks today, so we want to know how well you know Chevy. Here's today's question. For Chevy vehicles, SS stands for what? Okay?
Yeah.
So if you get a Chevy and it's an SS, what does that stand for? Your choices are super slow, super sport, super special, super stick. Those are the choices. Chevy vehicles, if you get an SS, what does that stand for? Super slow, super sport, super special, super stick. Those are your choices. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
It's Big Pig Day, so you'll get yourself a Runza prize if you answer correctly. Call us while we listen to these words from Runza.
Mary is trying the new Philly-style Runza sandwich.
You know, Rocky was set in Philadelphia.
Wonder if he ever had a Philly-style Runza sandwich.
Yo, Adrian, I love these green peppers, onions, steak, and Swiss.
We should go do boxing later.
You haven't seen Rocky, have you?
Not at all. Been too busy eating the new Philly-style Runza sandwich. Because Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
We have Howard on the line. Good morning, Howard. How are you doing?
Oh, couldn't be better.
Good, good. You want to? Hey, we got some special coffee out here, Howard. You want to have some kitty coffee with us?
That one particular kind, I don't know whether I'd go for that right off. Probably too expensive.
Yeah, well, it is. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
Must be real tasty. Here's Brent.
Okay, Howard, we're talking Chevys. If you get a Chevy and it's an SS, what does the SS stand for? Is it super slow, super sport, super special, or super stick?
Super sport.
You got it. And because you've answered correctly, we have for you a certificate that's going to get you a free pig in a blanket. Please stop that so I can talk to Howard.
Sorry.
So that you can get a free pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesday at Runza. Come on out and see us.
Okay, will do.
Thanks,
All right.
Howard.
Guys,
Thanks,
have
Howard.
a good rest of the day with your coffee.
Hey, thank you. You too.
You too, Howard. Thanks. 7:43 is your time.
I love that guy.
Yeah, Howard's a good guy.
Yeah.
A lot of good people out there. Mm-hmm. And speaking of good people, we're getting our chat box going here this morning. Don and Rosemary Davis up in Ohio saying good morning to all. Also, Glenn Baumberger. Glenn Baumberger says coffee is going to taste good today. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Also, yesterday we heard from Sue Stevenson. And the day before that, we heard from Lola Scherbeck. So thanks for checking in with us on the chat box. Got that going again. So thanks for letting us know you're listening or watching out there. Either one's good with us. Let's promote the show now. This is a promo.
Okay.
We're expecting Mike Evans in from Evans Feed this morning.
All right.
We're going to be visiting with Chantel at the Pizza Hut later on today via the telephone, I believe. And special guests from Healing Hearts and Families coming in to talk about their gala that's coming up to raise money to help people in need out there who have gotten in some situations that they need help with. That's what Healing Hearts and Families is all about. We're going to find out more about that this morning. So I've got a good guest list and some other things we want to talk about. I'd like you to promote, if you would please, tomorrow's sportscast, because tomorrow and Friday, we got a lot of things going on.
We have a few things going on, yes. We'll have high school volleyball and football tomorrow and on Friday for you. Tomorrow we're going to do Arcadia Loop City against Anselmo Myrna in Myrna for high school volleyball. You'll be able to hear that on KBBN 95.3 FM. Varsity match is set for 6. That'll be tomorrow night on KBBN. And then on KCNI, Broken Bow plays football on Thursday night this week. And it's a big one. Broken Bow taking on undefeated Kearney Catholic. It's a big district game as well, so we'll broadcast it for you on KCNI 96.3 FM and also on KCNI1280.com, as our pregame coverage will begin with the Custer Federal State Bank pregame show at 6 and then kick off at 7 tomorrow on KCNI Radio. And then on Friday, we're going to do a special volleyball-football doubleheader. Haven't tried this in a while, but we're going to try it Friday. And we're going to start in Ansley and do the Sandhills Thetford Ansley Litchfield volleyball varsity match at 5. And then when that's over, we'll take you to the football field and we'll do the football game between the two. Ansley Litchfield and Sandhills Thetford kickoff for the football game is scheduled for 7. And again, the volleyball match will start our coverage at 5. Now, because of the volleyball match, we're going to do the pregame show for the Ansley Litchfield Sandhills Thetford game at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
So that we can get that on the air for you. Brought to you by Consolidated Companies. We'll do that at 4, take a little break, go do the volleyball match, then do the football game. All of that on Friday. And all of that on KBBN.
As we mentioned, it will be busy.
It will.
One of the reasons we discontinued trying to do volleyball ahead of football, sometimes the volleyball games would run long and we wouldn't get over to the booth for the football game. But I think you got that all worked out pretty much, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, because Broken Bow plays on Thursday night. I'm free on Friday. So I'll do the volleyball match, and then the guys will be set up ready to go at the football game. We realized as we were putting our schedule together, we always try to get our area teams, teams we consider in our immediate coverage area, on the air at a very minimum of one time.
Right.
And we realized that we didn't have Sandhills Thetford volleyball on.
Oh, darn it.
So we're like, well, let's do this. And so we are, and we will. And so we'll do Sandhills Thetford and Ansley Litchfield volleyball at 5 before the football game.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm starting to get a lot of comments here from...
I was going to say, you're looking at your phone, Dave.
Civet coffee is horrible in many fronts. Here's an article from the National Geographic magazine.
Oh.
This comes from my wife.
Okay.
The disturbing secret behind the world's most expensive coffee.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. You going to share that?
Not right now. Let's see here. Here's another one from folks out there. Oh, there's a sprinkler on the northeast corner of the Presbyterian Church that is shooting straight up. Have a good day, my friend.
Okay.
So thank you for that. If you're listening out there you're with the Presbyterian Church, you might want to get over there and check that sprinkler. It's shooting straight up in the air like Old Faithful.
Yeah.
So we get all kinds of good information.
Yeah,
here.
and there you go. Well, it's all about keeping Central Nebraska informed.
Yeah, something must with the civet coffee that goes through a cat ahead of time. There must be something that happens bad to the kittens. Because if it's from my wife, I'm guessing that it's not good for the cats.
Oh.
To run that through their systems to make expensive coffee. That's just a guess, but I'm guessing maybe that's the deal. I didn't know we'd be getting on this morning.
I didn't either. When you said National Coffee Day and you started with that, I never dreamed that we'd be talking about this. Never knew that existed.
Now, Mike Evans is here from Evans Feed. He has a cup of coffee with him. Let's find out.
Here's my question. Maybe we need a business here in our area that would supply this special coffee. Maybe we could add it to Evans Feed. He could put it right up there by the pancake mix.
That sounds really good.
I think we better check into the article that was sent to us because I think there might be a downside for the cats.
Oh.
I don't know that their digestive system is really built to be a coffee maker, if you will, to make coffee pellets.
That would be the last animal I would want to have make coffee for me. Nothing against cats, but
I hear you. But I'm with you.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, let's talk about other animals. Not that we can't talk about cats, because you have regular cat food for cats, right, Mike?
Oh yeah, I have lots of it. We have cat chow, and we actually still have if you can believe it or not, we have a 40-pound bag of cat food that's less than $20.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
And I buy it.
Yeah.
It's great. And the cats like it.
They do like it, yeah. We sell a lot of it.
Well, that's good to know, because when you have multiple cats, they can eat quite a bit.
Yeah, and grain prices are up, and a lot of these products are made out of grains, and so pet foods are going up. Every kind of feed there is going up because of that, and freight rates are going up.
Yeah.
So it's just the way it is right now.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Can we back up for a moment?
Sure.
Did you survive Junk John? I know you always go in big on that. Did it go well for you?
Yeah, there was a lot of people. We had a blast. It's always kind of a family reunion kind of a thing, and my wife Amber makes popcorn for everybody, and it's a festive event. And we turn the jukebox on and let people mill around and look for junk.
And they like it.
Yeah, it seems like they do.
A lot of them come to town, that's for sure.
There's a lot of South Dakota and Kansas and Wyoming that come to this side. From the other direction, a lot of them get hung up in Cairo and stuff, so you don't see as much from the eastern side of the state in Iowa and stuff as you used to, because they're out of money and space by the time they get out of Cairo. So but we get the west and the south and the north.
That's kind of something that we don't think about. You see people pulling trailers around, or maybe they have a van or something. Not only do they only have so much money, space is probably as big a deal as anything.
Space is an issue. It's a good weekend for people that sell trailers, probably.
Yeah, if you can get those right now, you're pretty lucky, too.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough gig.
Well, I'm glad it went well for you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good.
We 18 years of it.
Man.
Really?
Yeah, I would have never guessed when that started that 18 years later we'd still be doing it. But
it's still going strong.
Yeah,
so
it's fun.
Yeah, good. All right, back to the feed store. What's happening right now? What do you want to talk about today?
Well, we're just gearing up for the weaning season and all that. The temperature's changing. A lot of guys are harvesting now, so a lot of people get the harvest done first and then start worrying about weaning calves and stuff. And we're have a real space crunch right now because we're bringing in a lot of product, because availability on some items and logistics right now is just really tough to get trucks. So we're just, if we can get it, we're bringing it in and stacking it high.
Just trying to avoid a shortage somewhere that
when crunch time hits.
Yeah, right.
We want to be able to just go back and pluck it off our own inventory and not worry about it
coming in,
so
yeah,
because crunch time's coming, we all know it. So
so we're into that time of year, and we'll start seeing the sale barns get bigger sales, because those fall calves will be coming in, and it's a good time of year.
Yeah, it is. It's a great time of year, and we got all the medications and the stress cure pellets, and there's a lot of guys that like to throw weaning tubs into the pens so the calves kind of have something to lick on, and get some Avela 4 minerals into them from our Vitalix tubs, and it just keeps them overall, gives them better health.
Yeah, and I suppose weather affects some of that a little bit. It's been pretty dry,
a little dusty.
Yeah. And
we've been actually this last week we've been making a lot of pig feeds. We grind and mix a lot of pig feeds, and it seems like there's kind of a resurgence, some people raising their own meat out there, and a lot of chicken feed, and believe it or not, goat and sheep. We still sell quite a bit of that, and then obviously the horse feeds are big. We make our own horse feed and calf starter, and it's a constant. It's very, very fresh. Put it that way. It's
ready to go.
We're never too far ahead on that product.
Hey, that reminds me, with horses, there was double sale, an auction last weekend out at the Custer County Fairgrounds. Driftwood breed, and then they had another sale right after that with Driftwood and other special breeds of horses. And the lady who organizes that stopped by your store. I don't know if you heard the show, but she was very complimentary of how she was greeted in your store and how she felt like everybody took interest in what she was doing. So,
oh, that's great.
Yeah, she was very complimentary of Evan's feet. She brought it up several times during our conversation.
Really, I missed that show because last week was kind of a blur.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of.
You weren't
I wasn't
getting ready.
listening to the radio much.
No, you wouldn't have been.
But
trust me, she spoke highly of the crew you have there.
That's great.
And how you. She said she just felt like within a couple of minutes that they were longtime friends. You know.
Oh yeah, great.
So she felt like she wanted to mention that. So
I think everybody out there that has employees knows that you're nothing without your employees. So
yeah.
We do really appreciate them. We got the retail staff, and we got the drivers and the delivery guys, and they all work as a team, and everybody has their role. And we got right now, luckily, I have 4 high school kids coming in after school, and they're all doing a really good job. And so we're keeping up with bagging. And
what a great education for those young men too. I there's so much going on out there for young people that a lot of them don't have time for jobs anymore between all the activities that are available, but it's good to hear that you've got some guys, and that will, well, I don't know how important I know you know how important it is, but even my own son worked for you, and then he got his own cattle, and then he ends up working for another company and ends up in the banking business.
I've got bankers and brewers that used to work there before. Paul worked there, and Barry Fox worked there, and it's it's a good start for people. You learn how to talk to people, and both those guys are really good at that, and good work ethic, and it all starts with sweeping the floor and bagging pellets and things like that.
Getting to know your customers.
Yeah,
I mean, really, that's a huge advantage. If they stay here, they will come back here, like Barry did. He would have known a lot of people anyway, but how many more people would somebody that works for you get to meet that they wouldn't have? I mean, it's a big deal.
Yeah, and Drew Gaffney even worked there, so I mean he took the talking to people art just a little bit farther than what most do.
That's still in development, I noticed.
Yeah, it is still in development, but we've had a lot of great guys through the years. You know, you look back, I started there in '89, and then we purchased it in '95, and there's been
lots
been a lot of individuals come through that friends with them all still today, and a lot of them have gone on to do great things.
Yeah, they have. It's a great story, but you get somebody in from Minnesota. This gal was from Minnesota, and she said, I was treated so well that I wanted to mention that. She'll take that to a lot of different places.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because one thing I did want to mention about Junk Jaunt was how many people talked about how nice the people are around here, all over, central Nebraska. Yeah, they were all treated really well.
Well, we have that going for us. We always have. Let's hope we always keep that.
No kidding.
I mean, I think that's something that we can be pretty darn proud of, and it isn't made up. It's just the way people are. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Let's continue on talking about what you want to talk about. I keep leading you off.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
We about covered everything. Just wanted to mention we move a lot of distillers pellets. And we bring them in bulk, and we bag them ourselves, and we sell them in bulk, obviously. And we also handle distillers cubes, and we sell semi-loads of cubes direct to the ranchers. I still have some tons available. October, November, December delivery, and then we have a different contract period in January, February, March. But there's limited tons, so we contract them ahead of time. So if there's some guys out there that need to get their needs covered so that they know they'll get their cubes, just give me a holler. And also just wanted to mention that the distillers pellets, I have them locked in right now as far as prices go. So I think we're very competitive. It's a really good product, and we handle wet distillers and dry distillers, and we broker both those for direct loads right to the farms and ranches too. So,
all right, and you always see the delivery trucks out, both large and small, going to different places with some of those things you just mentioned. The hay crop a little erratic this year because depending on where you're located, whether you got rain or not at timely moments. So those cubes and those sorts of things probably going to be in higher demand in different locations depending on how much feed they have. What do the guys and gals like to put with hay out there when they feed it?
Well, cubes are one of the main ones, and some guys will feed pellets in bunks, but if you have 500 head, it's a little tougher to do that. So a lot of them have the cakers on their trucks, and
they just
and when they wean, they do it with mixing wagons and do it in bunks, But out on the pasture, cubes and then lick tubs are the two. Basically, feeding a lick tub is like feeding cubes in lick form, you could say.
You just can't use the lick tub to get them to go to the corral, right?
Yeah, it's a little heavy. If somebody can lift one of those and carry and get them to the corral, then they're doing something.
You can't really rattle the bag.
Shaking an empty sack is a lot easier.
Oh, gosh, Mike. You guys are going strong, and, of course, O'Connell's going strong 5 days a week down there, so if they're listening down south there, they can go right to your warehouse there.
Yep, old Troy boy down there, he's stocked up and ready. We've been hauling him a lot of stuff. So.
All right. Does you know your customers pretty well. Does Dan Eggleston have any cats?
I think there's a few running around down there.
I bet he's got a few. He might be able to start serving a special coffee there.
Special coffee, yeah.
Eggleston Oil.
Him and Badgley's right behind. Between the two of them, they've probably got a lot of cats running around.
Well, Badgley's got the water.
Yeah, there you go.
And Dan's got the cats.
Yeah.
Perfect combination.
An O'Connell blend. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
You too.
We'll take a quick time out and then check in on news.
It's time for fall, and the Secret Garden wants to celebrate by marking all fall decorations between 25 and 40% off. They'll be open Friday from 11:30 to 4:30 and Saturday from 8:30 to 4:30. Their food trailer will be at the Pumpkin Patch every Saturday and Sunday in October, too. Romans 12, verse 12. Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. 25 to 40% off fall decor at the Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
Fall may be around the corner, but it's not too late to cap off your summer by upgrading your account with Bruning Bank. Enroll in Premier Checking and earn interest on your account. Earn a higher rate of interest by completing simple tasks that are already a part of your banking routine, such as using your debit card and logging into online banking. If you miss a task, you still earn interest for the month. If you have an account with us or not, enrollment is quick and easy. Visit BruningBank.com or stop by to learn more and get started today. Rates vary by tier. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Congress is one more day closer to a government shutdown. The deadline for agreeing on a funding bill is the end of tomorrow. If they don't, the lights start to go out. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
The first would be shuttering national monuments, museums, and that would be one easy thing to do quickly. The next would be furloughing employees.
The head of the teachers union, Michael Mulgrew, is urging the rank and file in New York to get COVID shots ahead of Friday's city mandate.
It's the only way we can go back to doing what we wanted to do, which is to teach children who aren't full of fear and anxiety.
CBS News has gotten a first look at a congressional report that'll be released today. It finds baby food makers are still selling products with high levels of toxic heavy metals. Correspondent Anna Werner has details.
For instance, investigators said 2 of Gerber's infant rice cereal products contained inorganic arsenic levels over the FDA's limit.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. A northeast Nebraska man accused of fatally shooting a woman is getting a new trial date. 29-year-old Deshaun Gleaton Jr. appeared in Madison County District Court on Monday. Judge James Kuby sustained the motion to continue Gleaton's pretrial and trial based on several items of discovery that were recently received. His bond was also denied. Gleaton Jr. allegedly shot Haley Christensen at her home in Norfolk in 2020. She later died at the hospital. He is charged with first-degree murder, first-degree assault, tampering with a witness, and a weapon charge. His pretrial was continued to November 29th and his jury trial to January 10th, 2022. A central Nebraska man accused of a violent attack last week was arrested yesterday morning after a standoff. The Hall County Sheriff's Office says authorities went to the home of 36-year-old James Timmerman in Alda Tuesday morning. He was arrested after a 2-hour standoff. He was wanted in connection with an incident last week where he threatened to kill his partner. An arrest affidavit shows that Timmerman put the woman in a headlock, pointed a gun at her and himself, and stole her cell phone. Police say the victim faked an injury and asked Timmerman to take her to the hospital. There, she contacted police, but he had already fled the area. He is now facing 7 felony charges. Police arrested a man after they say he showed up to his former job wearing a costume mask and had a gun. Lincoln police say on Friday last week, officers were called to a job site at Paramount Linen. The caller said that a man had been fired, and staff reported that he had showed up with a full-face costume mask. Officers say they found the man and saw a loaded handgun on the passenger seat. LPD says officers found the full-face costume mask, 2 knives, knee pads, and a bullhorn in the man's car. Officers say they also saw the license plates had been removed from the car and were inside a backpack. He was taken to a mental health crisis facility for evaluation. Charges are pending.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's David Gascon.
Major League Baseball, everything is a wrap. That includes what happened in San Diego and Los Angeles. Dodgers at Chavez Ravine prevailed over the Padres 2-1, but San Francisco also won. They beat the Diamondbacks 6-4, so the Giants' lead over the Dodgers is 2 games still with 5 to play. Meanwhile, in St. Louis,
a swing and a drive to center field. Bader comes on. He makes the catch for a Redbird winner, and the Cardinals have secured the second wild card in the National League.
Yeah, they win it. 6-3 was the final score, so they'll get the Dodgers more than likely in that wild card matchup. Meanwhile, in New York and Toronto,
swung on and hit in the air to right and deep. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. A Judgian blast. All rise. Here comes the judge.
Yeah, they win it 7-2 over the Blue Jays.
Here's your Weatherology Forecast. For today, look for partly to mostly cloudy skies. Do have a chance for some showers and storms with high temperatures working up to 80. Then showers and storms likely for tonight. Some heavy rainfall possible, low of 52. Thursday, still lingering chance for some showers and storms with mid-60s for highs. And then looking to stay dry Thursday night into Friday, lower 70s Friday. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers built for business with Windows 10 Pro. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Succeed anywhere with Windows 10 Pro. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Want to go someplace new? Yeah, you do.
Just follow me. I'll lead the way.
Welcome to CBS Mornings.
See something new.
Oh, my God. That was a good moment. Learn something new. This is my first virtual reality interview.
Meet someone new. Like me. Nate B in the house. What?
There's always something new under the sun.
I came to shine because you guys are shining this morning.
CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
8:08, almost 8:09, 58 degrees outside, and now we'll see more cloud cover moving in here. Was that chance of rain today? We're starting to get the clouds moving in. Could see stars earlier this morning, but right now it's partly to mostly cloudy. Winds are out of the east right at 5 miles per hour. East winds a lot of times will bring that rainfall in, so pretty good chance today and tonight. Barometric pressure is at 29.85 on a slow rise this morning. Humidity at 86%. High yesterday, 92 with an overnight low of 57. Sunset today at 7:25. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:34. Right now we're at 1.27 for the month. We may add to that here on the last couple days of September 2021. Well, let's check the chat box again, Brent. We have some comments coming in.
Okay.
Let me see here. Update you. Of course, we heard from Don and Rosemary Davis up in Ohio. Chris Smith wrote in, I think Mike Evans needs to start a cat food delivery service, kind of like Culligan does with salt.
Okay.
I believe they would deliver, a pallet full of cat food. I'm not sure they would bring you over one bag.
Yeah, right.
Like Culligan will tote one bag down in the basement.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that Mike could offer that service, but call him and check with him. Then somebody replied, Johnny K. Davis said, replying to Chris Smith, same with me. And then Johnny K. Davis says, good morning to you all. Sean Owens, good morning to all. Thanks for your comments this morning on our chat box here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Well, let's start with the garden center this morning. I don't know what your gardens are looking like out there, but it is that time of year where they're starting to turn a little bit on the brown side. The tomato plants are kind of served you well and running out of production right now. So what do we do with it? Talk to Mr. Anderson, Ryan Anderson at the Garden Center. He'll give you tips on how to put your garden away for the fall, because there are some things that you can do to make sure you don't get carryover on some problems from this year's season. Talk to him about that. And, of course, if you need fertilizer for it or fertilizer for your lawns this time of year, Ryan's ready to go for you.
Yeah, and he does remind you that this is the time of year to get those last steps of the lawn care program put on your lawn and applied soon. Right now, it's the weed out that's going out. It's a broadleaf killer absorbed through the leaf, stem, or root, while some other brands only are absorbed by the leaf. It recovers your lawn from summer stress and kills weeds at the same time. Kind of time to be putting that on now as we end September and go into early October, so talk to Ryan about that. And then later in October on into early November, it'll be time to put on the winterizer, which will prepare your grass for the cold weather through the winter season. Now, when you buy both steps right now, you can receive 15% off savings. Don't worry, it's okay to apply them if you didn't do the previous steps. That's not a big deal, but these two steps are very important to get your lawn ready for the winter season ahead and have it ready to look nice come next spring. So to find out more, contact Ryan. They're at the Garden Center. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5:30. Open on Saturday from 10 until 2.
Thank you, Brent. Let me check that over. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sylvester's in Broken Bow. What's going on out of Slides? What's Freddie got up his sleeve?
Well, I think that he wants you to come out and sing.
Oh, karaoke.
He wants you to sing, yes. Thunder Karaoke coming to Slides on Friday night. So bring out your friends, wow them with a solo performance, get them on stage with you and do a group. It's Thunder Karaoke, always a fun time at Sylvester's. That'll be Friday night. And then, of course, Freddie's always ready to host you for the Husker football game. Of course, Nebraska will play Northwestern Saturday night at 6:30 is when kickoff is set. And Freddie will have the mountain oysters for the game and all the delicious treats and drink specials that you can expect from Freddie during the game. So go on out and cheer on the Huskers Saturday night at Sylvester's. They'll have their first and third quarter drink specials going on. So Friday night, Thunder Karaoke. Saturday, it's the Huskers at Sylvester's. The
quiet little place that rocks.
I think I know who Jennifer Aniston is.
Oh, yes. She's a friend.
She was on Friends?
Yes.
And she's done a lot of movies since then?
Yes, she has. And other TV series. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you single guys out there, she's ready to start dating again.
Is she now?
Yes.
Oh.
She spoke to the Lunch with Bruce podcast on Sirius XM about her love life. 3 years after her breakup with Justin Theroux, she says she's ready to start dating. So just wanted you guys out there to know. You might start sending some, I don't know, some text or some blogs.
How old is Jennifer?
I don't know. It doesn't say. I'm going to guess
Google?
She's got to be late 30s, maybe. I'm not sure.
No, she's older than that.
Well,
she's close to my age.
No.
She is, seriously, I think. All right, I'm Googling.
I don't think so. I mean, she doesn't look that. I mean, sorry, Brent, but...
No, I get what you're saying. You're absolutely right. But, okay, let me... Give me just about 20 minutes here, and I'll have it for you.
20 minutes.
How old is Jennifer? Oh, they're Jennifer Aniston.
You're driving Jeremy.
52. I told you she was right up there around my age.
No,
52
really?
years old. Born
Wow.
February 11th, 1969.
Gosh. I didn't think so, but you're absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
I stand corrected, as the saying goes. She certainly doesn't look like she's 52. I'm going to go ahead and say that, too.
Now you're looking at your phone.
Well, I was gonna take a look and see. Let's check out what happens to the cats who make that expensive coffee.
Maybe if people are just tuning into the show,
You better.
you need to read that again, because it's National Coffee Day.
Yes.
That's how this all started. It's National Coffee Day, and in your notes, you read a story about the most expensive kind of coffee. And apparently it comes I don't know, are they coffee beans?
Yeah.
But apparently there's some cat.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm just looking here.
Oh.
Disturbing secret behind the world's most expensive coffee.
All right.
And it's not your regular cat.
Well, I wouldn't think so.
It's the world's most expensive coffee, and it's made from the cat's poop.
Okay.
Or rather, it's made from coffee beans that are partially digested and then pooped out by the civet. A cat-like creature that makes coffee can sell as much as $80 or up to $600 a can in the United States. Found in Southeast Asia and areas of Africa, the civet has a long tail like a monkey, face markings like a raccoon, and stripes or spots on its body. It plays an important role in the food chain, eating insects and small reptiles in addition to fruits like coffee, cherries, and those sorts of things, and being eaten in turn by leopards, large snakes, and crocodiles. So this cat is a larger wild sort of cat. It's not your domestic cat. And now, like so many other times, an ad popped up and I can't read the rest.
Oh, yeah. I feel your pain there.
And if I go backwards, which it won't let me do, I'll close it again. I'll open it again, and the ad will pop up in just a moment.
Did you know that this coffee existed before you read that story?
I did not.
I didn't either.
I did not. I was going to go on and see what... Gosh darn ads.
I know. They pop up all over the place.
Enter your email address to continue reading.
See?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it won't... Okay. Sorry.
Brent and Dave, ladies and gentlemen. Entertaining you on the breakfast show as we tried to read information off our phones.
Well, why do they have to have the ad? I know why they have to have the ad. What am I talking about? I know what they're doing. I'll get down to where I want to read, and there's the ad popped up again.
Yeah.
And I'm not giving them my email.
Go ahead. Give them somebody else's email.
Okay, there's a little gray area at the bottom here. Yeah, there you go. That'd be nice. This cat is called a Kopi Luwak.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Kopiluwak. And the industry is encouraging local people to try to protect the civets for their valuable dung.
Okay.
But I can't read anymore because the ad keeps popping up.
Yeah.
It's probably best anyway.
I wonder if they have some of those at the Henry Dorley Zoo in Omaha.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'd like to see
That's
one.
a pretty cool zoo. Boy, I'm so off track now. That ad just burns me. I just wanted to read the article.
I know. Yeah. And I don't know if you're like me, but something like that, it can almost throw you off for the rest of the day because you're angry about it.
I'm not gonna put up with it. I'm not gonna give them my email address. Would you?
No, I don't. But then I'm like you. I get upset and frustrated, and I'm like that for the rest of the day because
It's
for me, all I wanted to do was read the article.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. But I can't do it because, like you said, the ads or whatever keep popping up.
How often do you get to read an article about a cat making coffee out of poop? And then they got to put an ad up. Spoil it for you. All right.
Was it a coffee ad?
I don't know.
Oh.
You got to give them their email address before you can move forward. Anyway, let's switch gears. Let's move away from kitties to technology.
Right. Technology. All right.
Do you like video games, folks? Do you, Brent?
Honestly, Dave, I had never really got into the video game.
Nor have
thing.
I. I mean, once in a while, I like the boxing one where you can punch each other.
I like the old, it's not Space Invaders, but it's kind of like a Galaga. You remember that from the 80s?
I didn't.
Where you had the ship and you had to fire up at the things that would come down and try to attack you.
I
liked
get
that.
past
I
Pong.
played that a lot, but that's about it.
Pong is about as far as I went, and the little deal where that would eat up go up and down the rows and eat it up.
Pac-Man?
Yeah, Pac-Man.
Okay.
That game. And then for a while they had a trap shoot thing on the wall out at Sylvester's. You could shoot.
Oh, that sounds like
that
fun.
was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Beyond that, a few tried to play some baseball on video game, and boxing was fun. I like the boxing.
Yeah.
Because our kids had the gizmos.
When we got the Wii, back when the Wii was real popular,
Mm-hmm.
I played that a lot with the kids. I liked bowling.
Yeah.
With the Wii.
Yeah, we won a Wii.
Oh, yeah.
And gave it to the library, and the kids used it there and had a lot of fun with it. Anyway, things are much more portable now. You didn't have to sit in front of your TV to play. Back then, you had to hook up a deal, and there's still that. But now, they're portable.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say portable, I mean portable. Really, really portable. This item on Kickstarter may be for you. It's called Thumbie. It looks like a Game Boy, but it's barely bigger than the size of your thumbnail. That means super tiny buttons and a very tiny screen. But it can be programmed to do whatever you want. And they've already surpassed their goal of $15,000 on Kickstarter. Can be easily programmed, but it's the size of your fingernail. If you want a real small video game. There's also on the technology side, a new Alexa. Well, not a new Alexa. Alexa has a new robot friend.
Oh, a friend.
Yes.
Okay.
It's named Astro.
Oh. All right.
And it's a robot that basically Amazon Echo show on wheels. It can follow you around the house and even move around when you're not home to make sure nothing weird's going on. It has a camera on it that can be used for security or a video chat with a friend. And it costs about $1,000.
Huh.
So if you want Alexa to have a new buddy that can wander around your house while you're there and not there for $1,000, it's all yours.
There you go. I got a text message.
From?
Kirk Crawley.
Oh.
Now, this goes back to the coffee thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this movie, but I don't recall this part of it. Have you seen The Bucket List? Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman, right?
Yeah, I've not watched the whole thing.
Yeah. It says, Kirk says the movie Bucket List, the Jack Nicholson character drinks this coffee that we're talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In that movie?
In that movie, yeah.
This just in from Steve Hornickel. Enjoying my coffee every day. Coffee day for me. There are no cats injured or involved in any of my coffee drinking.
Yes. Yeah. Nor ours.
Disclaimer. Noted, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Hornickel, thank you for your comments. It's hard to get away from the subject of coffee being made by a cat. But these are wild, bigger cats with long tails, look kind of like a raccoon. I can kind of see them. I think I've seen them before.
But they can't be all that big. Didn't you say they're eaten by snakes?
Well, that's true. Of course, they have big snakes.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
We're going to have to do a little more.
And cheetahs? Did you say
yeah,
cheetahs ate them?
They eat them for like a snack.
Chase them.
little kitty snack.
Well, maybe Maybe it's to get the caffeine fix.
But they're trying to protect him because they want the coffee out of him.
Okay.
Now, do they eat those berries in the wild and make coffee, or are they captive and they feed them particular kind of berries? You think they'd have to eat a particular kind of coffee berry to turn it into a,
Well, that's a good question. Is it, do people go out in the wild and collect this?
Well,
or do you have like little, what's the name of the animal? The civet?
That's the coffee civet.
Oh, that's the coffee.
The
All right.
animal
What's the name of the animal? Have we announced that yet?
Yeah, I tried to.
Okay.
Well, now I gotta find.
Oh, that was that fancy name or something that you gave out.
Yeah. What did I do with my other sheet?
But there it is. That's kind of my question. Do you have to go search this out in the wild, or do they basically have cat farms? You know what I'm saying, where they're all kind of together and you.
Well, we'd know if there wasn't an ad that you had to give your address to, your email.
Yeah.
That particular, okay, I'm going to try it again because the name of the cat was on the email that was sent to me from Joan. And I'll try it again. But I know what's going to happen, and then it's just going to, okay. Oh, here we go. She copied and pasted it for me.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Joan.
Thank you, Joan.
Bless you.
Animal welfare groups contend that growing numbers of such civet farms are emerging across the southeast portion of Asia, confining tens of thousands of animals into tiny cages and force-fed a diet. The Asian palm civet is common. Oh boy, this is long. But conservationists claim that related species are sometimes used which are under threat of extinction. So that particular cat is common, but they're actually using some other types of cats for that who are on the borderline of being extinct. So, as usual, we're kind of messing with nature here to make a very expensive coffee. Yeah, this is very long. I can't read you the whole thing. The animals are almost exclusively fed coffee berries, and then it causes the enzymes in their stomach to produce a bean that's washed and roasted to create a coffee that has been lauded for its smooth caramel-like taste.
Oh, well.
The conditions are awful for the ones that are put in the tiny little cages. So this is where, where people who worry about animal welfare come in, and that makes sense. They're taken from the wild and have to endure horrific conditions. They fight to stay together, but they are separated and have to bear a very poor diet in the very small cages. So, not so good.
Yeah.
Just leave it to my wife to take the fun out of it. No, thank you, Joan. Appreciate it. All right, let's play a little music from Kurt Bile and John Prine. Haven't played this one for a while. That just seems appropriate this morning. How lucky can one man get? Good question.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
to visit with you. If you are thinking it's time for a more secure and safe environment for yourself or a loved one. They also have a wonderful dining room with a great kitchen staff and many activities available for their community members. Just unveiled is their new virtual tour at offbroadwayapartments.com. They have pictures available on Facebook as well. For more information, call Off Broadway at 872-2522.
8:33 is your time. You're listening to Casey and I, KBBN Radio, Broken Bow, Nebraska, on this Wednesday morning. We appreciate that very much. As promised, we're going to talk about Healing Hearts and Families, the 2021 Gala, coming up October 16th, or Gala, at the One Box Convention Center. And we're going to find out more details on that and how this money that is raised is used, and some other details as well. And we have help here to do that with.
We do. Maybe we should have them introduce themselves. Stacey, move that microphone right over there.
Stacey, get that
there
up
you
there.
go.
There you go.
Get right up on that
I
microphone.
think that's close enough.
Okay.
Well, I am Stacey Bailey. I am a new board member for Healing Hearts and Families, and I was anticipating being the wingman today, but Sue Ellen's sick, and so Valerie and I are just going to kind of wing it, I guess.
That's right. And I'm Valerie Harris. I used to work for Healing Hearts and Families, and I still like to support the domestic violence program there. So whenever I can be of use, that works.
All right. It's good to have you ladies here. Thanks for kind of letting people know who you are and where you've been and what you're about. We have some other personal questions we'd like to ask you at this time.
Okay. Fire away.
Just kidding. We want to concentrate on mid-October because this fundraiser is very important. And Valerie, you mentioned that you still have a high interest in this activity because of what it means and what it does for people. You want to talk about that a little bit?
The funds that are raised through our gala helps victims who wouldn't qualify for some other programs. So there might be that they might need prescriptions or a gas card to be able to get back and forth to work until they can figure out their financial situation and things like that. So we're able to take that money that is donated and be able to put it towards their needs when they are leaving the situation and making themselves safe. So, I know that on the news the big thing is female victims of domestic violence, but there are male victims also, and so I don't want to make it so that people think that it's just females, but predominantly it's females that are in domestically violent situations.
And if anybody wants to actually hear, I didn't think that it was as prevalent as it is. The last two banquets, they've actually had someone who has experienced domestic violence, whatever, and they speak. And I tell you, it'll make you cry.
It grabs you.
Yeah, it is amazing, and what they do, and just stuff you wouldn't think of, and that it happens here in Custer County, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
It is a real eye-opener. I happened to be at one of the events, and a young lady got up and spoke. And, it took a lot of courage to do that, number one.
Very brave, yeah.
But it ended as a very happy story because of the help she had and some loved ones that helped her along. But what people go through that we don't realize, as you say, is pretty darn amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Healing Hearts and Families sees that on a regular basis, I believe.
We figure that we had about 947 contacts for services this last year. I think when you look at that, and we do cover 8 counties, so but it's all within the central part of the state of Nebraska. So it's not Omaha, it's not Lincoln, it's not Grand Island. That is just in the central part of the state of Nebraska.
Yeah. That statement there is a little alarming, too, because we always think, Oh, it's somewhere else. We don't have that much of that. But percentage-wise, population-wise, probably so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think last year with the pandemic and having to be at home all the time and your perpetrators at home all the time, but I think that the numbers stay about the same. A lot of programs have seen an increase in their numbers, but I think our numbers stay pretty consistent across the board.
Okay. So the money raised for Healing Hearts and Families, is it gala or gala? How do you guys like to say?
Either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
depends on the way. Depends on the situation, I guess.
And I know that Sue Ellen has always called it a gala.
Oh, gala. Okay.
So
That's what we'll go with gala.
I'm like, I don't know.
You got some things ear tagged for this money that's raised, and you just covered that.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the event itself. I know you want a full house. You want to sell tickets. That's going to cover some of the cost, and hopefully make some money. And then you have auction items and things that you'll be doing, both silent and an auction.
Yes,
correct. Yep.
All right. Talk about that a little bit.
It's like, go ahead.
Okay, I guess I'll take over. It's October 16th. It's at the One Box Convention Center. The social hour will start at 5:30. We'll have our meal at 7. We have something a little different planned for our meal. I'm not going to let that out, but it's not the typical prime rib, whatever. It's something a little fun. And then we're having a Christian comedian, Kyle Yamada. And last night I did go online and listen to some of his little clips on YouTube, and he's a pretty funny guy. So I think it'll be a good time. And then, of course, we'll have, excuse me, I believe that Sue Ellen does have another testimonial that will happen that night. So come out, have fun, bid. I think we have some good things to bid on. We don't have everything set in stone yet for what our auction items are, but there's always good stuff to bid on, and it's for a great cause. So
yeah, it's always fun to get together and raise a little money for a good cause. Everybody has a good time. It's a win-win. And we have a comedian there. You have good food. You have good company. And at the same time, you're doing a good thing. You can't really go wrong there, can you?
No.
And I guess, go ahead, Val.
No, I was going to say, so tickets are $40, or you can buy a table of 10 for $360. And if you want a ticket, you can call the office at 872-2420, and they will hook you up with a ticket, or, if you have something that you want to donate, and you can certainly call and get that taken care of through that same number.
All right. And Valerie, this event is a main fundraiser, but donations will be welcomed anytime, I would think.
That would be correct, yes.
Because this doesn't stop, right?
Right. Just because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month doesn't mean that, once the month is over, domestic violence stops or sexual assault. So.
Yeah, and talk a little bit. I know we've visited about it. I think we understand that people don't always get along, and relationships can get real scratchy, and it can get out of hand. And then you have things like alcohol and drugs that come into play there with relationships, and but the one that really I think, well, they're all kind of startling, but the trafficking. I think that's something that we also thought for a long time was down on I-80, right?
Yeah.
We didn't have it here, but we've been proven wrong there too, haven't we?
That we have, yes. And and it seems to continue to grow because, as I think it maybe started out on I-80 because, that's where the majority of people are. But once law enforcement gets involved and they start to watch those places, then they have to find other ways to get the people, the product to wherever they need it to go. And so they will come through. Highway 2 is a busy highway, so you could be on there for a long time. And
92 runs from Omaha. You hit 2, and they think they're a little out of the way, and we've seen it in some of our neighboring larger communities, right?
Very true.
So
Very true.
That's another thing that is troubling that you see addressed by this organization.
Very true. Very true, yeah.
All right. Brent, jump in anytime if you have any questions on this. I know sometimes he goes on an island when he's uncomfortable.
No. Well, I'm not uncomfortable at all.
Oh, good.
No. If I can, just the importance of this event, because I was like the rest of you. I attended, I think I helped MC at an event a few years ago, and the testimonial, it does affect you, but what affected me was this particular person talked about how the funds from an event such as this helped her to get out of a situation immediately, because didn't have to wait for funds to come from the state, didn't have to wait for a grant or whatever. There was money immediately available that allowed her to get out of a situation. And that's what this is all about. And that just really, that affected me. So this is a very important event.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And if you can't make it, you can still make donations.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Be greatly appreciated.
And I was going to say, and they do have a, for lack of a better word, program, so that if you wanted to just do a sponsorship, you could do that. So say that your business wants to be able to do a sponsorship versus being able to give something for a live or silent auction. You can do that. The sponsorships can go, any amount of money. We would be greatly appreciative. And we are very fortunate. I think that our community does support us very well. I know that there are lots of things that come for auction, and so, and it is the great businesses that support us that allow us to be able to do this. But if you don't have anything that you want to do for a live or silent auction, you could do a fall scholarship. Or sponsorship, which would be, $100. And that $100 may go to be able to do shelter or provide diapers for somebody who's leaving.
She has on her little thing that it's a week's worth of groceries or a utility payment or deposit for somewhere to stay, or, there's any number of things that you don't think about. School supplies for their kids, just basic living expenses.
Right.
So,
yeah, I see that recommend, or I should say highlight, that maybe something as simple as a bicycle for a survivor to get back and forth to work if they don't have a license or a car or can't afford gas. All those things. Some of those solutions are simple. It just takes a little bit of money to find those answers.
Yeah.
And so that's a $100 donation. Then you've got some smaller ones that businesses can do as well, or indivials, really. Right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't think we're picky.
Yeah.
No. No, I was going to say, if you go out to get gas and you want to buy an extra $25 gas card, bring it in and donate it. That is always grocery cards from either any of the grocery stores. I always think about the Broken Bow, but any grocery store usually has a gift card that you can buy, and it just helps out, because that way then that person can actually feed their family once they've escaped. So
yeah, on $50 there's categories like a car seat for a child and medical copay, school supplies, the gas card you just mentioned, and I think you mentioned earlier maybe some diapers for the kids and wipes, and maybe even some medicine. We don't even think about it this way, but how about some blankets and pillows for somebody who doesn't have that?
Yeah. And that's something that we're always taking is other donations that, if you go through, and I don't know, I bought a new set of silverware. In my 50-some years of life, I'm not sure I've ever had a brand new set of silverware. And I decided that was something I was going to do. But my old silverware was just fine. Mm-hmm. But, maybe I didn't have quite as many spoons as I did forks. But I took it down and donated it, because that way then, anything that you would send with your child to college is probably something that we could use, because they are setting up their household all over again.
Because a lot of times they leave and they don't have anything with them. It's just them, their kids, and getting out.
They're just getting out safely.
Yep,
hopefully.
exactly.
Yeah, hopefully. And I think you help facilitate that as well.
Yes, yeah. That's very true.
Which is hard. The hard The hard part is getting somebody, in conversations we've had before here on the show, is getting that person to go ahead and do it, right? They know that it's a dead-end street. They've come through many, many lows, and they just want to maybe hang on that much longer, and there comes to a point where it's not healthy, right?
Yeah. And I was going to say, and that's a difficult decision to make. We're here to be able to help support you to do whichever decision you want to make. But if you ever need to be able to talk to somebody, come in, talk with somebody, you don't have to leave. That's not our choice. Mm-hmm. We are not the people who are going to tell you what you have to do. We are the people who are going to say, what do you want to do? How can we help support you to be able to do what you need to do? And
if they do decide to leave, then you can actually assist them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And you know, if they decide that they're going to stay, we're going to help them try to be as safe as they possibly can while they work through to see if they can make this work.
Does it come to a point where they're working with both parties that are at odds?
A lot of times we don't work with somebody who would be identified as a perpetrator, but we would ask that they then, if they're going to stay together, then maybe if the perpetrator would decide that they would go to therapy or work some way, we would work with that other person that is talking to that perpetrator.
Yeah. You know, one of the most frustrating things, I think, for the general public when we find a situation where somebody gets hurt, either minor or major, is the thing that's called a restraining order. I've never understood a restraining order because it doesn't, I'm sure some of them work, but you hear about an awful lot that don't.
I was going to say only if you are a person who's going to say that the judge told me that this is what I have to do and I'm going to follow that. And an awful lot of people who have power and control issues aren't the people who are going to say, you told me not to do this, so that's what I'm going to do.
So it's the rules, and I won't do it.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, it may even anger them and make them be more aggressive.
Yeah.
It's hard to control people's emotions and what they think's right.
Yeah. And their ideas about what they deserve.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we could go into a whole show about the me.
That is very true.
But I guess that's the trick. You guys try to get people to think about others other than themselves, and then when it comes to the point where it's too much to handle, then you help them with that step.
Yeah. I was going to say, because as a victim, you do a lot of making sure that the other person, that you're trying always to please that other person, and so when you decide that that's enough, then when you start to look at yourself and say, I think I'm worth a little more than what this relationship is giving me.
Yeah.
Then.
Well, this is a very important group of people and organizations, and you say it's an 8-county area, so it's pretty big job.
I was going to say yes. And I think I can still do the counties. It's Blaine, Custer, Garfield, Greeley, Loop, Valley, Sherman, and Wheeler.
All right. And Stacey, how did you get involved in this? Is something that kind of come up and slapped you alongside the face, or?
Yeah, no. I was invited to sit at a table one year, and so after that, and hearing the testimonial, I'm like, and I think about some situations, and I'm just like. They could maybe help benefit from something like this, and so then Sue Ellen approached me about being on the board, and so here I am.
There you are.
Yeah.
And Valerie, you were with Healing Hearts for quite a long time, and then, as I remember, you went up to the hospital. Is that right? You're still there?
I am not. The hospital has decided that they were going to close that program. And so now, as of Friday, I will be with Wholeness Healing Center.
Okay. All right, but still in that line of work.
Yes, still in that line of work.
Well, we need people like you no matter where you're at. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we needed to cover? how they get tickets? So maybe we should review that process.
It's October 16th. The social hour starts at 5:30. Meal is at 7. And you can purchase tickets by calling 872-2420. Or I'm sure that there is something on a website too, but
yeah, they have I know that Healing Hearts does have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
So I'm sure
so you can reach out just in case you're a person who can't make a phone call. Then you can do it with a text message or not a text message, but a message through Facebook or something like that. Email. You can always email Sue Ellen.
And I was going to say, if you want to text or whatever, you can always call me too. I'm 308-870-0043, and I can get you hooked up with tickets or donations, whatever. So,
all right.
I have a quick question in regard to tickets. Because there's a meal involved, are you wanting people to get tickets ahead of time?
Sooner rather than later. I think our caterer
Thank you.
is wanting a definite number by the 11th. We have a set aside number of tables.
Sure.
So, yeah, sooner rather than later would be great. But I'm sure we'll plan for some extras just in case. So,
All right. Well, it's good to see you guys.
Yeah.
And we'll keep this if that's all right. And,
Yes.
and we
Yep.
can mention it on the breakfast show here. And
Sounds terrific.
Shoot that number out, which is 872-2420 for ticket information if you want. And then there's offices still downtown.
Yes.
I assume they can stop in.
Yep, right next to the ice cream shop now. So.
Yeah, ice cream shop.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah, have some ice cream. And then,
There you go.
That's right.
All right. Any other questions, Brent?
I don't think so.
right.
Thank you. That
Thanks
was
for
a good
coming in.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
We'll take a time out with these words.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow if Auto Owners makes sense for you.
Fall and fashion, they go hand in hand. Come and see us soon at Beau Bouterie to check out the new fashion shoes we have for fall. We're tapping our toes, trying to patiently wait for the rest of our fall shoes to come in, but would love to have you come through our doors and see what we have already. Thank you for your patience. We promise the wait will be worth it. It's fall shoe shopping time at Beau Bouterie, east side of the square in Broken Bow.
Are you sidelined with an injury? Team Physical Therapy can help at 872-5111. Let the movement rehabilitation specialist at Team Physical Therapy get you back into shape this fall sports season. 872-5111. Don't let that back, neck, knee, or shoulder injury prevent you from doing what you love best. With locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, Gothenburg, and
Look like them zombies at Knee Knocker Woods put on a few pandemic pounds. They are supersized and re-deranged. But Grandpa Grim says if they can get bigger, so can Knee Knocker Woods. We've added all kind of fun with the new Cirque de las Maze Haunted Corn Maze, Zombie Brain Launch, Axe Throwing, plus our Screamin' Lickety-Split Accelerated Escape Rooms and plenty more. Knee Knocker Woods in Gibbon is open every weekend in October through Halloween night. Pick up your discount coupon at Pump and Pantry. Get your tickets now at KneeKnockerWoods.com.
What waits in the woods?
It's hard to believe it's time for Medicare open enrollment already. Hi, this is Liana with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. Open enrollment for Medicare plans starts October 15th and runs through December 7th. It's very important to review your current health and prescription coverage each year. The TV advertising and phone calls can get overwhelming. Let me help. Give me a call at 308-836-2201 or stop into the office in Callaway at 115 East Kimball Street or in Broken Bow at 914 South D to schedule an appointment today.
Whether you're seeking curb appeal for your home or you want to do a remodel or new construction, Ansley Lumber and Supply in downtown Ansley has the materials that you'll need, from premium lumber to metal for buildings, plus GAF shingles for the roof and quality Benjamin Moore paint available in over 3,500 colors. Ask them about consultations with their pros and delivery. 935-1815. Or see them on Main Street in Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Sobering findings for people with long-term COVID. Researchers say 1 in 3 still experience symptoms months later. CBS's Vicki Barker.
The long COVID symptoms varied among demographic groups. Older people and men had more breathing difficulties and cognitive problems. Young people and women had more headaches, abdominal symptoms, and anxiety or depression.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill still haven't agreed on a funding bill to stave off a government shutdown Friday. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
This could affect 500,000 government employees, maybe another million on top who would work without pay temporarily. This would mean potentially delaying Social Security checks going out.
The Defense Secretary and the Joint Chiefs Chair are about to be questioned by a House committee on the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, a day after General Milley told senators
it was a logistical success, but a strategic failure.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's David Gascon.
Major League Baseball, everything is a wrap. That includes what happened in San Diego and Los Angeles. Dodgers at Chavez Ravine prevailed over the Padres 2-1, but San Francisco also won. They beat the Diamondbacks 6-4, so the Giants' lead over the Dodgers is 2 games still with 5 to play. Meanwhile, in St. Louis,
a swing and a drive to center field. Bader comes on. He makes the catch for a Redbird winner, and the Cardinals have secured the second wild card in the National League.
Yeah, they win it. 6-3 was the final score, so they'll get the Dodgers more than likely in that wild card matchup. Meanwhile, in New York and Toronto,
swung on and hit in the air to right and deep. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. A Judgian blast. All rise. Here comes the judge.
Yeah, they win it 7-2 over the Blue Jays.
Here's your Weatherology Forecast. For today, look for partly to mostly cloudy skies. Do have a chance for some showers and storms with high temperatures working up to 80. Then showers and storms likely for tonight. Some heavy rainfall possible, low of 52. Thursday, still lingering chance for some showers and storms with mid-60s for highs. And then looking to stay dry Thursday night into Friday, lower 70s Friday. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
I would say it's like an ice-cold Mountain Dew on a hot summer day. God's Word refreshes our spirit. In my daily Bible readings and in worship on Sunday, His Word and His joy are my strength for the week to come. So make plans today to attend church on Sunday. And if you're needing to talk, give us a call. This is Roger Sloan with the Lillian Church of Christ, 872-2618, where we love to share Jesus.
58 degrees here at Broken Bow, cloudy skies. Brent and Dave with you here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. I don't know if you heard this morning on CBS News, Brent, but it's kind of a shocker. And maybe you knew about this, but country star Alan Jackson reveals that he has a nerve disorder that makes him look like he's been drinking. And he said that he doesn't. Well, I just get the feeling Alan Jackson's one of those guys. He's not looking for any pity or anybody to feel sorry for him.
Mm-hmm.
This particular affliction he has is a nerve condition that's degenerating his balance. And so he's not able to balance himself. And he said in the news piece this morning he has trouble standing at a microphone and singing anymore because he starts losing his balance. And it's not life-threatening. It's just, changing the way he's doing things. Makes him pretty clumsy, and it's getting more noticeable lately. So he talked about it, said he's been stumbling around on stage and wanted fans to know he's okay. And he plans on continuing to sing, even if he looks a little wobbly. But, that's too bad. But, hey, he can sing sitting in a rocking chair, right?
I would say so, yes.
Matter of fact, when he's performed at Red Rocks, happened to watch that show, he sat in a rocking chair on the stage. And I thought that was, and this has been a year or so ago, and I thought, well, that's kind of funny that he'd be sitting there. But I'm wondering if it didn't have something to do with that. But
sure could have.
Yeah. Don't want to lose Alan Jackson. He's got some more music to make.
I would agree with that. Yep.
He's one of the best. It is 9:07. Let's talk a little bit about the movies. Shannon was in, and she brought some information in. But the Fox Theater here in Broken Bow has some really hot movies on screen right now.
They do, and they've got some big blockbusters coming up this weekend. So let's tell you all about it. The movie Show Me the Father is continuing to show. It's a rated PG film, about an hour and a half in length. And you can watch it now at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow, and it will continue through the rest of this week on into the weekend and into next week. Also, a couple of movies that have been really popular are going to end their run this week at the Fox Theater. Among them, the Clint Eastwood picture Cry Macho.
Ooh.
And so that's going to end on Thursday, it looks like. So if you want to see Clint Eastwood on the big screen again, you have a couple more chances to do that tonight and tomorrow at the Fox Theater. Also, the new, or one of the new Marvel movies that is out, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It's going to be ending its run soon at the Fox Theater. It'll show again tonight and tomorrow night before it ends its run. So if you haven't seen that yet or you want to see it again, check it out. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings tonight and tomorrow. Showtime at 7 at the Fox Theater. So that brings us now to the weekend, and we've got two new movies coming to the Fox Theater beginning on Friday. One of them is the animated sequel to The Addams Family. It's Addams Family 2, and it will start on Friday, rated PG. So take the family out and enjoy that. That'll start on Friday, run through the weekend on into next week. And speaking of Marvel movies, the sequel to Venom is out.
Ooh.
Venom 2. Tom Hardy returns to play the character, and it's called Let There Be Carnage. I think Woody Harrelson is the villain in this one. So check it out, Venom 2. It's going to start on Friday. It'll continue through the weekend and on into next week. And then, as we mentioned, Show Me the Father will continue through the weekend and into next week as well. Some movies that'll be coming soon. The new James Bond film.
That's getting a lot of attention.
Daniel Craig and his final run, I think, as James Bond. No Time to Die. That'll be coming up in early October at the Fox Theater, so watch for that. Also, another Marvel movie, The Eternals, will be coming out. Dune, which is being remade. That's going to be coming soon. So go to watchthefox.com. That is their fabulous website that shows you what is playing at the Fox Theater and also lets you know what's coming up. It's watchthefox.com, so check that out. And don't forget, every Tuesday night, thanks to the Nebraska State Bank, they still do their free popcorn night at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow.
Want to remind you that the Broken Bow citywide cleanup gets underway Saturday, October 2nd. And this is a day for you to recycle, clean up. The tree dump up top on Reservoir Hill will be open and will be free, no charge. They will have that going for you so you can take up some yard materials, trees and branches and wood pallets, untreated lumber, unpainted lumber, grass clippings, leaves and yard waste, garden waste when you clean up that garden, flowers and bushes, and you can even bring clean concrete up there if you like. No rebar or wire mesh in the concrete. So that's open in honor of Citywide Cleanup Day here in Broken Bow. There will be collection sites between Tomahawk Park and Paul Brown Field from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. Acceptable items there include brick, lawnmowers, old bicycles, miscellaneous metal automotive batteries, appliances without Freon. They will not accept tires, paint, motor oil, lawn and garden chemicals, or household waste. And remember to recycle. Recycling trailers are located year-round at the corner of South 10th Avenue and South B Street and out at the grocery cart. And a thank you goes out to Myers Iron Salvage and Myers Roll-Offs for providing the roll-offs for this event. And also this week, the Goodwill truck was placed at the parking lot at Gary's Superfoods yesterday, and they'll be here through Friday at noon or until it's full. So if you have some old clothes that are clean and nice that maybe don't fit you anymore, or maybe you just don't wear, you can drop them off there as well. So good things happening here this week and weekend at Broken Bow as far as cleanup goes.
And since you're kind of on that topic of conversation, you mentioned that for that, what you talked about, they don't take yard and garden chemicals and stuff, but if you have some of those things that you do need to get rid of, we remind you that also this weekend, the Household Hazardous Waste Collection will take place, and there will be a couple of places that you can drop off items this Saturday, October 2nd. It'll be in Broken Bow at the Custer Transfer Station from 8 until 10 Saturday morning, and then it will be in Ansley at the Municipal Auditorium parking lot from 11 until noon. That is this coming Saturday. Some of the things that they will accept here include yard and garden chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, flammables, paints and thinners, auto products, used oil, antifreeze, household products and cleaning chemicals, mercury and batteries such as auto, lead acid and or rechargeable, titanium, cadmium, and nickel halide, and fluorescent light bulbs as well. Now, we do want to let you know that if you have an old computer that you need to get rid of, they will accept computers in Broken Bow at the collection at the Custer Transfer Station, but that's in Broken Bow only. Mm-hmm. They won't accept computers in Ansley or any of the other places that this waste collection will be in the next week or two. But they will accept them in Broken Bow at the Custer Transfer Station from 8 until 10. And again, that's coming up on Saturday, October 2nd.
Thanks for adding that to that. And also the Goodwill truck that we'll go back to that's located at Gary's Superfoods will accept old working or broken computers as well. Clothing and furniture that is small, in good shape, and appliances, if you try to drop those off, don't drop off ones that don't work. Okay. Yeah. Make sure they're something that people can use when you drop things off at the Goodwill truck. And then coming up mid-October will be the Jenny M. Melham Memorial Medical Center's Fall Rummage Sale. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that as that grows closer. So plenty of opportunities to do some cleanup and help some other people out at the same time. Right after these words, comments from Brent Apperson on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
If you think the COVID vaccine alone will protect you from the coronavirus, think again. As the deadly disease breaks through to people who are vaccinated, it's critical to take a reliable temperature reading with the Exergen Temporal Scanner. It's the only thermometer whose accuracy has been proven in more than 100 clinical studies. Vaccines are not enough, and thermometer accuracy matters. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Exergen is changing the way the world takes temperature.
Want to go someplace new? Yeah, you do.
Just follow me. I'll lead the way.
Welcome to CBS Mornings.
See something new.
Oh, my God. That was a good moment. Learn something new. This is my first virtual reality interview.
Meet someone new. Like me. Nate B in the house. What?
There's always something new under the sun.
I came to shine because you guys are shining this morning.
CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
It is 9:16. We're going to pick up the phone here in a little bit and visit with Chantel at the Pizza Hut. So stay tuned for that. She's got some things she wants to highlight this morning. But as I promised moments ago, comments from Brent Apperson on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
I don't really have any when you say comments, that makes it sound like I'm going to do a commentary or something. And I really don't have a topic to comment about.
Well, I'd love to hear what's on your mind.
I'm happy to say right now there's really nothing on my mind.
That's not a bad thing.
No, not really. It's kind of relaxing, to be honest with you. Well, here's something that is on my mind, actually, and that is to remind you about what they do at the Nebraska Land Hearing Center. So blessed to have Roxanne in our area, a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience. So when it comes to getting your hearing evaluated, you don't have to go out of town, folks. You don't have to make a long trip because they take care of you right here at the Nebraska Land Hearing Center. No need traveling to Lincoln or Omaha or Denver because Roxanne sells the top technology available in the world right here in Broken Bow. And with Roxanne and the Nebraska Land Hearing Center, you get that good local follow-up service, whether it be with follow-up care or office visits. Roxanne provides state-of-the-art tech, which includes rechargeable hearing aids, no batteries to worry about replacing. Also, they have some special pricing going on right now, so we encourage you to contact Roxanne and find out about that. It all begins with making an appointment, and you do that by calling this number, 308-384-3852, 308-384-3852. They are located downtown Broken Bow in the Broken Bow Chamber Building.
Thank you, Brent Apperson. We'll take a break. We'll see if we can catch up with the Pizza Hut. That's next.
Valley certified off-season preventative maintenance of your irrigation machines helps ensure long and efficient life and reduces downtime in the heat of their growing season when you need them most. Reduce the risk of downtime for your pivots and linears for greater yields and improved efficiency. Call Full Circle Irrigation for a quote on recommended parts and service and receive a free evaluation when their technicians are in the area. Full Circle Irrigation in Broken Bow and Litchfield. Their roots are in your field.
State purpose of visit.
Well, looks like the old tractor's going to kick the bucket this year.
Searching internet for new buckets.
No, I want to check insurance rates.
Sale located. Right now, get 20% off new bucket with code It's Raining Buckets.
Robots don't know you. We do. For more than 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has relied on relationships to get you the insurance coverage you need for your farm or ranch. Find a Farm Bureau agent at fbfs.com/protect. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Choose the proven performance of the Roundup Ready Extend crop system, featuring high-yielding Extend Flex soybeans and the exceptional weed control of XtendiMax herbicide with Vapor Grip technology. Elite genetics, triple herbicide tolerance, flexibility that delivers results, backed by 25 years of innovation. That's the Roundup Ready Extend crop system, the system of choice. XtendiMax is a restricted-use pesticide. Always follow stewardship practices, all pesticide label directions, and check with your state pesticide regulatory agency for specific restrictions in your state.
They say if you listen hard enough, you can hear the corn grow. It's true. When you're out in the field, you understand its challenges and what it needs to thrive. Channel Seedsmen bring insights from the field to our team of Bayer plant breeders. Their knowledge inspires our product development. From your best ground to your most challenging conditions, our products are designed to perform in your fields. Visit channellistens.com to see our latest innovations. Always read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
It is 9:20, and we'll continue to try to catch up with Chantel from the Pizza Hut. I was unable to reach her right now, so we'll try that here in a little bit. Did have a story for you, Brent, that I think you're going to find amazing.
Okay.
It's not about cats.
All right.
Which is probably good.
Yes.
Probably time to put that one to bed.
Yeah, I would think so.
Let's talk about amazing people.
All right, let's do.
All right. You like sports. I know that. You're a sports
I do,
guy.
yes. I love sports.
So you like to watch quarterbacks play football, right?
I do, yes.
Well, there's a young man who is playing quarterback, but imagine this, playing blind. He is a blind quarterback.
Really?
Yep. That's Jason Bracey. He's a 15-year-old who had retinal cancer as a toddler. He doesn't have bad vision. He has no vision at all. He can't see a thing. Yet he's the quarterback on his high school football team.
Wow.
Yeah. He says he memorizes where his teammates should be, and he trusts them to be there and catch the ball. He also says he doesn't want opponents to know he's blind because he wants them to play as hard against him as they would anyone else.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Is there any video of this? I would love to see him play.
I'll give you this article. There's an out cue of, so there's some audio available through CBS on this, but I don't know about video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's an amazing story.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the players that play with him as well, they have to be in the right spot.
Mm.
Evidently it works. I can kind of understand handing the ball off.
Yeah, the throwing a pass is where I go, how does that work?
And if you're out there and you you can't see, being blindsided is a even more terrifying term, I would think, because if there's somebody coming after him, he might feel them. The people who don't have sight have amazing abilities to know what's going on and feel things.
Yeah.
But that's pretty amazing.
That is. What a story.
Yeah, great story. Right here on The Breakfast Show.
And Hunter is on his way. Visit hunterstowingrepair.com.
It's a new school year. Time for parents and kids to establish habits that will encourage learning. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Parents, you can help your child succeed in school by creating good, steady routines. Pick a time and a quiet place for homework, ask what happened in school, and establish bedtime routines so your child will be rested, ready to learn. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
My family's legacy has always meant more. More possibilities, more security, more from our crops.
And Pancho Votivo 2.0 seed treatment by BASF increases our yield potential and provides a healthier soil environment around the plant roots. It's how Pancho Votivo 2.0 helps set up our crops and our future for success.
So when I'm ready to run this farm, I'll have all I need to keep building more for our legacy.
BASF, we create chemistry. Always read and follow label directions.
When you find a piece of land to buy, you'll find more ways to finance it at Farm Credit Services of America. We offer competitive rates, long-term options, and payment flexibility. Cashback dividends are a significant benefit, too. Discover the expertise that makes financing land easy and the options to make it possible. Terms apply. Call Farm Credit Services of America at 800-884-FARM or apply online at fcsamerica.com/landloans. Agriculture works here.
9:28 is your time. Do we have any other additional items we need to bring?
Just one, Dave. I want to remind you about all of the job opportunities that are available now at Callaway Good Life Center. They are currently hiring for the following positions. They have some dietary positions available, looking for a full-time cook/aide for kind of a morning-evening combination. Also, part-time evening aide position available. This is 10 to 20 hours weekly. And they're also looking for a part-time weekend cook, either mornings or evenings. Again, this is at the Callaway Good Life Center. They're also now hiring CNAs, LPNs, and RNs. They have openings for day and night shifts, offer competitive pay, and provide benefit opportunities for full-time staff. They're also looking for a transportation driver for their resident transportation needs. This is a part-time position. And they also have some openings in their housekeeping and laundry department as well. For more information, you can go to their website, print out an application, or you can just give them a call at 836-2267, 836-2267. That's the Callaway Good Life Center.
Thank you, Brent. Higgy Baby is in the studio here with us. Gavin Higgins, our news guy. How you doing?
Good.
A couple of things. I tried to get a discount on my eye appointment earlier this week. I found out that the new doctor there, Jency Ross, Dr. Jency Ross was originally from Mullen.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I found that out, I really chummed it up with her. And, I know some folks from Mullen. Gavin Higgins isn't from Mullen, but his beautiful wife, Michaela, is. And she remembered Michaela quite, because they were only about a year apart or so. And I thought maybe I would get a discount on my eye exam, but that didn't work. But kind of neat to have some more Mullen folks in town.
Yeah, it's always fun to kind of see where everyone, especially when you graduate high school, you just never know where everyone's going to end up. I mean, never thought I'd be in radio, yet here I am today, and lots of friends are in the area. So yeah, it's cool to kind of see where everyone goes as the years progress on.
Yeah, was a little disappointing. I thought maybe 10%, 20% discount, but didn't happen. But she did a nice job, and very, very nice young lady. And she's working with Dr. Sainer, and they're playing catch up because of COVID. I think they're kind of grinding their way out and getting caught up. But it's nice to have Prairie Eye Care here and have some new folks in town. Let's talk a little bit about new folks in town on another level. That would be housing, because one of the things that comes up quite often is, do we have any housing that young people would want to get involved in, purchase or rent when they get to town, or do we have any for them to have?
No, that's the big problem right now is finding that availability, and the CEDC, and kind of where we're going at this is the CEDC was awarded $400,000 from the Rural Workforce Housing Fund Now, this comes from basically a law that was signed into law, an act that was signed into law by Governor Ricketts in 2017. And the CEDC put forward their grant it's not really a grant, their fund application, so to speak, but in the first round they had to withdraw it for some technical reasons, and so they had to wait. And so when the second round came through, there were only, I believe it was three or four other communities that were awarded part of this fund, and the CEDC was one of them. So they received $400,000 that will go toward workforce housing. But on top of that, to be even eligible for that $400,000 or for any of the money, you also have to have matching funds from the community, so 1-to-1. So for every dollar from the fund, it has to be matched with $1 from the community. And local businesses and just the community in general came together, $464,000 from the community. So just short of $900,000 that they'll be able to use to build houses for the workforce. They decided they were going to go here in Broken Bow. And so it was really cool to talk with Joyce Richardson, who's the president of the Custer Economic Development Corporation, on Tuesday during a press conference. She was really excited. Stuart Fox also was a really big part of this. She kind of thanked him for his volunteer hours, so to speak, of being able to put forward all these funds and making sure all the paperwork was in the right order and making sure it was good to go. So it's a really cool thing. And, as we know, and Mayor Sonicson in an interview this morning, which you can hear on Public Affairs on KCNI, said, to be sustainable, you got to have housing. And, right now we have a problem where everyone is looking for someone to hire, but there's nowhere to live. I mean, that's just, that was at the meeting last night. One of the property owners that spoke during a public hearing said, I'm getting calls all the time, and people don't even care what condition the house is in anymore. They need a place to live, and this is going to help relieve some of that. Obviously, not all of it, but this is a pretty unrestricted fund. We all know with the Hillcrest Drive, those ones going up were, I believe, moderate income. So there's a lot of boxes you had to check to even be eligible to purchase that home. This really isn't the case. This is pretty wide open. The houses can't sell for more than $285,000, and the rental side of things, $215,000 for rental properties. So it was an incredible press conference, and just awesome to talk to the people who made this possible.
I know Joyce called and was very excited about it, and there'll be more details for you folks on Sandals Express, because Gavin's already put that together, and I know you told me the newspaper chief was there, so they'll have something out later today as they release their Thursday edition. But that's good news. That's really good news, and piece at a time, right?
Yep, yeah, and it takes a lot of. I mean, it takes. People always talk about raising children. It takes a village. It takes beyond a village to make something like this work. And the CEDC now executive director Keith Ellis said the community, is 100% the reason for making this happen. You can't have a fund like this be granted to the community without the help of the community. And putting forward $464,000 short of $500,000 is absolutely incredible to bring, housing here to Custer County, and this is a revolving fund, so it's something that will be repeated year after year. And Stuart Fox said, this is a great opportunity for basically proposing possible builds in the future. And so very excited for this. And the story is all available on Sandals Express. You can kind of read more about kind of some of the requirements and some of the other people that were a part of this project.
Yeah, and this is for Custer County. I think Joyce did a very good job of making sure that we understand that this is for the county, not just here in the county seat of Broken Bow. So, and gosh, some of the other communities have their own programs going on where they're building houses. I think there's some good examples in our neighboring communities that's going along with this. So, yeah, if you don't You don't get anything done by just sitting around looking at it going, geez, I wished it was different. These folks have taken the bull by the horn and making it work.
Yeah, they've done a really good job. And, the part that's really cool, too, is, they're always, on a media standpoint, they're always involving us as well, saying, hey, look what's coming to our area. And that's, I always appreciate that and always prepared. And clearly they are go-getters. I mean, there are a few people that if you want something done, Joyce Richardson, of course, is a big part of that, but all of the people that help her out, from all sorts of different communities and walks of life, it's really incredible to be able to work with her and kind of see the progress that she has helped make, not only for Custer County, but, beyond that.
Yeah, she's got a lot of irons in the fire, as they say, and she seems to be able to juggle them all. I don't know how she does it. She even takes care of stray cats.
Yes.
She does, doesn't she?
Yeah, I know she does, yes.
That's right.
Amongst rentals and
everything
runs
else.
And everything else. I don't know how her and her husband do that. Kevin and her have been helping Broken Bow for a long time, and a lot of the other people that you mentioned have been as well. Notice in the picture, John Sennett was there. He's been very active in the economic development side of things for quite a while now, and others too numerous to mention, really.
Yeah.
I just try to stay on the good side of John Sennett because I don't want to get sued.
I think everyone's in that boat.
Always be friendly to a lawyer. All right. Ask you off the air how the little ones are doing, but we haven't got to talk on the air how the gals are coming along, growing up on you, aren't they?
Yeah, getting bigger every day. And, Amelia, our oldest, is starting to really figure out, how to speak. So, obviously at that age, she knows words and, conjunctions and all that type of thing. Obviously doesn't know, but what was it the other day that Michaela said that Michaela, my wife, for those who don't know, said that there was something that belonged to me, and I think it was my hat or something like that. And she goes, hat, daddy.
There you go.
And it's just that type of thing. It's super cool to, as a parent to watch kids continually grow up and just, progressively figure things out, and just watching them figure it out is awesome. And of course, our youngest is not even sitting up yet, but she's already got a personality of her own.
They have that when they pop into this world, don't they?
They do.
You can't control that. Brent can testify to that, I think. Twins, and I'm sure that they're different in their own ways. They come into this world, they have their own deal going. So later on, Amelia, and your kids will, as ladies, will learn not to speak to men. They won't be able to. They'll know the words. They just won't put them out. You don't get that, do you, Gavin?
No, not at all.
Oh, good. All right, good news. All kidding aside, that's a very good story, and it's on Sandals Express. And you had a busy day yesterday, by the way, with city council, supervisors, and that event, just to name a few. And then Emily had a feature story concerning the boutiques that are expanding earlier this week.
Really
I thought
cool
that was a good one, too.
Yeah, and I do want to note, too, the story is, I think, out now and might go up tomorrow. I can't remember which, but Anna Lindstrom is going to be a candidate for the Harvest of Harmony in Grand Island this weekend. So she'll be going through that pageantry. I believe Broken Bow had a winner in 2017, if I remember correctly. So super cool for her, and good luck, and also good luck to Loop City. I believe they're performing and being a part of the competition on the band side of things. So
nice.
That's all coming up this weekend. But yeah, and I will say that for anyone who's interested in the redistricting from the legislature, definitely tune in on Saturday. Hopefully be talking with Senator Williams then, and talked to them a little bit yesterday about kind of where they're at, and it's a process that none of them have gone through before, and I don't think any of them want to see it again.
I don't think so either. I don't think they're for sure why things are happening, even they're involved in it. So yeah, I saw you told me about it yesterday, and then I kind of caught a piece on local television last night, and they were trying to explain it. And
yeah, it's so complicated. But I will say, prepare for changes. I mean, there's some big changes upcoming. nothing's finalized, but proposed map that's kind of gotten a lot of the lead is Custer County will be departing and moving to District 44, I believe, which is much of the Sandhills. So Custer County kind of moving that direction. And Dawson County will also be dropping into the kind of Dawson, Lexington will be dropping into kind of a southern district. So there's a lot of changes coming, and we'll kind of see how things progress. And, of course, tune in on Saturday. That's when I'll talk with Senator Williams. He's always great man to get some information from.
Yep, he's a good guy, no doubt about it. Anything else that you have on your mind, Happy?
Before we go, we need to call Pizza Hut again.
Okay, call the Pizza Hut?
But the note just says call Pizza Hut again. What number we're to call, I don't know.
Well,
I just took the note.
Okay. Well, let's do a little Chris Stapleton and get organized here.
You warm it up because my girls, I have twins at home, and leftover pizza, it's cold. They eat it cold. I can't do that. I've got to warm it up.
Yep, either cold or nuked for like 15 seconds. Still cold, but like just a little bit heat there.
There you go. All right.
Well, you should know you handle a lot of pizza every day at the Pizza Hut. What's going on?
Well, we have quite a bit going on. First and foremost, I would like to start by saying, unfortunately, we did have to close our dining room to the shortage of staff. The dining room is closed Monday through Thursday now. However, we are still open Friday through Sunday.
Okay. Well, Chantel, that's not unusual these days. Pizza Hut, no different than a lot of other places having to cut down on days and so forth. We hope that swings back around quickly, but in the meantime, we appreciate you doing what you can.
Absolutely. And, since our dining room is only open on the weekend, it just makes sense to talk about Family Fun Friday, right?
Right on.
So every Friday when you choose to come in and dine with us, we are offering a $10 single-topping large pizza for you and your family to enjoy. And while you wait for your pizza, we also have a table full of games for you guys to play.
What kind of games?
I mean, we have everything from card games to board games, so take your pick.
Okay.
And if you would like to see anything different or anything new added to our game table, we would love if you would just let us know.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Good idea.
Thank you. We also still have the Detroit pizza. This has been a huge hit over the last month or so, but we do encourage you to call early because we have been running out daily.
Wow. For those who haven't tried it yet, what's the difference? How's a Detroit pizza different than some of the other ones that you have?
Well, the big difference is that the sauce is on top.
Okay. And it's square, right?
Yes, it's a rectangular pizza.
Okay. All right. Is it a deep pan pizza then?
It is a pan pizza. Yes, it is. It's a lot like our big dinner box pizzas.
All right. All right.
The only difference is once again, the sauce is on top.
Okay. Well, if they haven't given it a try, it sounds like they should because everybody's loving it.
Absolutely.
All right. Order early.
Right.
Okay. All right. Good deal. What else you got going on?
Starting October 1st, we will be holding a toy, clothing, and food drive. And when you bring in items for this drive, we wanted to give you guys a special thank you. So we're going to be setting up a tree. I know it's only October, it's early yet, but we're going to be setting up a tree and putting some ornaments on there with just to show our appreciation. So every time you come in and make a drop, you get to pick out an ornament to take home with you.
Off the tree. You just take an ornament with you.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. All right. And it's not really too early to start thinking about the giving season. Why not do it year-round? So go for it.
Absolutely.
You bet.
And, it's this time of the year that people find that they need the most help. So we would love to be able to support them and be there for our community.
Okay. Great. Another great idea. Are you guys, you got a think tank going on there or something? You got a lot of good things going on.
We try really hard to come up with some new ideas to get everyone excited to come in and join us at Pizza Hut.
That's great. Now, Brent Apperson, he's kind of a connoisseur of foods. He knows a lot more about foods than I do, so I'll have him ask you any questions he might have, a little more detailed on the food part.
Well, I guess just a couple of questions for you, Chantel. As far as I know, you mentioned that the dining room would be closed Monday through Thursday, open Friday through Sunday. Will the hours Friday through Sunday be what they normally were, or what will the hours be?
Yes, our dining room is still going to be open 11 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. We still enjoy people coming in all hours of the day. It's just, unfortunately, we're looking for some good team members to add to our team, and our dining room is going to have to be closed for part of the week.
Sure. And then the fast lunch menu, will that still be available Monday through Friday from 11 to 2 just for carry-out or whatever?
Yes, the fast lunch menu is still available for carry-out and delivery.
Okay, sounds good.
So you can still do the fast food, fast menu. Just on those days, you'll just drive through and pick it up?
Absolutely.
Okay. And you do have delivery during that period of time, correct?
We do. We deliver Monday through Friday from 11 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock, and then Saturday and Sunday we deliver from 11 to 2.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about this morning?
Just if you're looking to join a fun and energetic team, we encourage you to come down to Pizza Hut, put in an application. We're, like every other business in town, we're looking for some help.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great place to work. So we look forward to hearing from some people.
All right. Well, always a pleasure talking with you. Look forward to our next visit. Take care of yourself, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
You too. All right, Chantel with the Pizza Hut in Broken Bow, Nebraska.